that nation declines. So that's what I want to talk about today, but I will be using the American example to teach us a lesson that we should learn. You know, I've spoken about what are the values that America was built on, and how we could learn from those principles that America was built on. Now, I'm going to analyze the decline of America, or what I see as the death and the decline of America, because they started moving away from those principles, those value systems that made them great. Like I said, it is only values that make a nation great, and the values that the nation is built upon is what determines the greatness of that country. When that country begins to, any country begins to depart from the values upon which they were created or founded, then the decline is inevitable. American nation in recent times has been trying so hard to disconnect itself from the Christian roots and values that the nation was built upon in the name of modernization, secularization, and political correctness. Well, any nation that believes it was founded by the will of God, like America, and that believes that it is a divine providence that brought about their existence, now have suddenly begun to elevate evolution above creationism, and they have started to disregard the Bible and the principles of the Bible. They have started promoting abortion, not just endorse abortion, but promote abortion on the government level. They started promoting homosexuality, transgender rights in the name of liberty. Things have gotten so bad in America that if you say you are a Christian right now, or you are born again, or you are evangelical, you almost become an endangered species. And you know, because the name of God and Christianity is fast becoming forbidden concept in the American culture. Prayers have been banned in classrooms since 1962, and Christians have been persecuted for one thing or the other, because they are not recognizing the rights of the gays and transgenders. And in fact, according to statistics, only 57% of the youth in America now say they are Christians, especially those born from 2081. And then those ones who are born in 96, from 96 upward, is only 36% who say they are Christians. So most of the youth in America right now, between the age of 18 to 24, say they don't affiliate themselves with any religion. And that is the decline of a nation right there. And this is the same country that was built on God, on the nation, on the values of God. So right now, there has been a downward spiral and moral, spiritual disintegration of the American society, especially since that court decision and court judgment of 1962 that prohibited state-mandated prayer in public schools, and then the abortion law. Those things are the ones that from that time, the nation has just begun to decline. Let's see the statistics of the decline of America since prayers were stopped in schools and abortion was introduced. For 15 years before 1963, so the decision was taken in 1962. Before then, for 15 years before then, pregnancies in girls ages between 15 to 19 had been no more than 15, only 15 pregnancies per 1,000 people. It has been declined. It has been declining for 15 years before that 1962 decision, court judgment was made. It was declining for 15 years, pregnancy in children. But after that decision was made in 1963, the next 15 years, instead of declining the rate of children pregnancy, child girl pregnancy, for the next 15 years, the pregnancy rate increased to 187% in 15 years. From 15 only, not 15%, 15 people in 1,000 to 187% increase in 15 years. Young girls between age of 10 and 14, they began to get pregnant. And since 2000, since 1963, after that decision was made, the pregnancy rate in this age group between 10 to 14%, 10 years to 14 years old children has risen 553% increase in pregnancy among these children. Before 1963 decision, sexually transmitted, 1962 decision, sexually transmitted diseases among students were 400 out of 100,000. Not out of 1,000, but out of 100,000. Only 400. But since 63, after that decision of 62, it has risen it has risen by 226% in the last 12 years. And but before 62, before that decision was made, divorce rate in America has been declining also for 15 years. But after 62, the divorce rate went 300% for the next 15 years. Since 1963, before that decision was made, unmarried people living together in America has since gone up 353%. Since 1963, single parent families has multiplied 140%. Since that 1962 decision, single parent families with children have increased 160%. And the rate of suicide has just gone astronomically high in America. So that is what happens when a country departs from the foundational principles and values upon which they were created. Suicide rate in America has gone up 24% in the last 10 years. America is becoming a paranoid society, a restless society, being eaten up from within. What is killing America, like any other empire, is not the enemy from outside, but it's the enemy within. It is the moral failure, the moral collapse that is bringing about the death of America. And unless this country goes back to the foundations of the values that the country was created on, America will be, nobody will even remember they were a Christian country, just like Europe, in very near distance. So we need to pray for America, but we also need to learn from America that nations is what builds a country, but nations are built on principles and values. Virtues are what build countries, and virtues are what must sustain the country. Virtues must not only build the country, but virtues must sustain the country as well. So Africa, we can learn from that. And Nigeria, it's time for us to reconstruct our country on value systems and to sustain our country through values as well, for the love of God, church and nation.